Jayaguru, Sankipta Stotra Vandana. Om Brahmanandam Parama Sukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dandatitam Gagana Shadrusham Tattvamasya Ekam Nityam Vimalam Machalam Sarvadhi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Triguna Rahitam Sadguru Tam Namami. Jayaguru, welcome you all to another session of Summer Vacation Bliss, Nigam Swadhyay group, and we are fortunate to read and heard the life story of Thakurjee. Today is also another critical day. Some of our Bhais and Maas are in danger in different part of this country. So, praying Thakurjee for universal peace and brotherhood, and let everybody live in peace and prosperity. So, requesting Tisha Pandama from Burla Saraswat Sangh to recap the yesterday's session before we proceed further.
Jayaguru Bhai, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Jayaguru, to all Bhai and Maa, as per our discussion yesterday, we came to know that Nalinikanta's disbelief in saints disappeared after connecting with Swami Purnananda at Kolkata. He was clear about his goal. The only challenge was finding a guru. His father proposed their Kula Guru's name, to which he disagreed. His life changed radically. He became vegetarian, followed Brahmin rituals, wore saffron clothes, adopted celibacy, and prayed to God intensely. One night, he miraculously received a bija mantra from some unknown saint in his dream. But before he could ask for the japa koshala, the saint disappeared. Nalinikanta considered himself a fool for not asking his queries earlier. Nalinikanta travelled to Kutufpur only to find his family members discussing about his remarriage. But he didn't pay any interest and moved on to achieve his goal. He went to Kashi in search of his guru, but all his efforts went in vain. Disheartened and frustrated, Nalinikanta thought to end his life the very next day. However, destiny had something else in store. Same night, an old Brahmin disclosed him about his guru, Bamakhepa, who was staying at Tarapitha of Birbhum district. Next day, he visited Tarapitha and met Bamakhepa. After knowing the purpose of his visit and seeing the bija mantra, Bamakhepa was thrilled and assured him of all help. Bamakhepa taught him all Bidhi and Bidhi Nisheth of Tantra with patience and affection. Nalinikanta also realized that Tarapitha was the most suitable place for Tantra sadhana. So, under the supervision of Bamakhepa, he started Tantra sadhana. Bamakhepa engaged Nalinikanta in japa and other necessary formalities. Nalinikanta began to feel the emergence of new power in him. On the advent of proper date and time, Bamakhepa did the necessary formalities in the funeral ground. Nalinikanta was left alone and started recitation with a controlled mind as per the advice of his guru. In deep solitude of that dark night, young Nalinikanta was absorbed in deep meditation. After some time, various obstacles like quarreling of jackals, Loud laughing sounds tried to distract and break the concentration of the young sadhaka, but the loud voice of his guru helped him in keeping calm and concentrated on his job. After some time, he felt rays of liquid energy flowing out of each hair root of his body, took the shape of thousands of twinkling stars, and then turning into an illuminated figure of Siddhanshu Bala and confused him. Jai Guru.
Thank you, Tisha, for you must have heard well yesterday. You had asked many questions also, and you have narrated yesterday's discussion very well. So may Thakurjee bless, and let's give a good round of applause to Tisha Panda from Burla Saraswat Sangh. Good job. Before we proceed to today's reading, I am requesting Priyambada Ma and Devashish Bhai to declare the results of yesterday.
Jayaguru to all Bhai and Ma. So yesterday we have received around 50 responses, on which we have 3 quickest answers. Priyansi Mahanti Ma from Hyderabad Sangha, Ridhi Mahapatra Ma from Karnataka Sangha, and Shivani Das Ma from Ekamra Sangha. Jayaguru.
Very good, and we are glad that 50 of you have participated in the question and answer. You all must have answered right, but yes, the first 3 have been declared here. Again, may Thakurjee bless all of you, and a good round of applause for all of them who have appeared for this question and answer session. Thank you. I am now requesting Bhakti Manjari from Kendra Sevaks Sangha to start reading the today's chapter. So Devashish Bhai, please display. Jai.
Jai Guru, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Jai Guru, page 806. Nalinikanta, with doubt in his tone, asked bravely, "Who are you?" Mother in Sudhanshu Bala's form said, "I am Tara." He said with doubt, "Your figure does not conform to what my Guru has said. Tell me, for heaven's sake, who you are." Mother smiled and told him, "I am Tara, who you have worshipped. I came with your wife's appearance because that was the reason you have worshipped me. My real form is quite different. Every object is within me and I exist within every object. You may not bear the sight of me in my true form. You should know that I can manifest myself in any form and it makes no difference to me." Nalinikant, being confirmed that she is none else but Mother Tara, paid his deep respect to her. Confirming to what his Guru had said, Mother touched his head with the toe of her foot. Then Mother asked Nalinikanta to pray for any boon he desires. Nalinikanta replied, "I have not worshipped you for any boon. O Mother, I have not come to you with a begging bowl. I have worshipped you for the vision of your wonderful form. Now you have so kindly revealed yourself before me. After this, what is left to be desired? If you can please allow this wonderful vision of your form whenever I desire so in future, then I would be greatly obliged." Mother smiled at his arrogance, but at the same time, being pleased with his self-esteem, she granted him his desired boon. She told
Excuse me, we are getting request from many bhai. Can you read little bit slow? You are reading very well and the pronunciation is also very good. Just be slow, everything else is fine. Thank you.
Agya bhai. Mother smiled at his arrogance, but at the same time, being pleased with his self-esteem, she granted him his desired boon. She told Nalinikanta, "From now onwards, I will remain with you. You must go ahead in the path of spiritualism to distribute Brahma Jnana, the knowledge of the absolute reality among my devotees. Now, as you have desired, behold me in my true form." Then everything about her changed. She revealed herself as huge, vicious-looking woman, adorned with a garland of blood-dripping human heads. Her hair was long and was flying upwards in air. Her eyes were blood red and having a dagger in one hand. She was dancing with fury. Nalinikanta visualized her with awe and wonder. Next moment, he was overpowered with uncontrollable emotion and fainted. As forewarned, he could not bear the sight. When he woke up after an hour or so, he found himself laying in the lap of his guru, Bamakhepa. Bamakhepa seemed to be extremely pleased. His eyes twinkled with emotion as he said to him, "You are extremely fortunate. Having you as my disciple has made me fortunate too." Nalinikanta rose with humbleness and kneeling before Bamakhepa offered his prayer to him, expressing that it was because of his blessing alone he has become successful. It was dawn and both of them left to take bath and returned to temple. Guru Bamakhepa felt happy as never before. He did not know anyone can become successful within such a short time. Nalinikanta felt himself a totally changed person. He thought he has reached end of the road. It was that height very few persons have ever reached in Tantra Sadhana. Nalinikanta was very satisfied, but God had different plans for him. After spending couple of days at Tarapitha, Nalinikanta returned to Kumira. Though he resumed his duty as before, he felt a fountain of divine pleasure flowing within him. After finishing his day's work, he would return to his residence. The moment he desires the company of mother, she arrives immediately with the form of Sudhanshu Bala. Both of them would spend some time together discussing various subjects. Nalinikanta was hesitant to discuss spiritual subjects with mother as she used to reveal herself in the form of Sudhanshu Bala. But it made no difference to him. One day, Nalinikanta wanted to touch her. The moment he tried, so she vanished. It made him sad and helpless. He thought, though mother comes with the figure of Sudhanshu Bala, in reality, she is never his wife. Once, in the evening, when mother arrived, he tried forcibly to touch her, and she ran away to the nearby field. Nalinikanta ran after her, but even running with all his might, he was not able to touch her. Returning to his room, he became very thoughtful. He thought, has he really achieved what Tantra says the biggest achievement? Why then she does not behave naturally? Has success of his sadhana made him really liberated? Certainly not. It seems he is still being controlled by her. He is not in a position to control her. Another important aspect of their meeting made him confused. Whenever he desired mother's company, she comes out from his own body, and after the meeting is over, she returns merging into his body. Why can't she come from heaven? And as she is coming out from his body, then who is he? These questions troubled him. If he desires mother's company, even absent-mindedly, she arrives immediately. But as Nalinikanta was not happy with her, he would send her back by saying, "Go back, I don't need your company," and she would vanish. Nalinikanta decided to go to Tarapith to request his guru to explain such behavior of mother. One day he travelled to Tarapith. He met Bamakhepa, and when they were alone, he asked him, "Gurudeva, I saw clearly that Mother Tara is emerging from within my body. Then who am I?" Listening this from his people, Bamakhepa's temper flared up. He shouted at him and in a thunderous voice and said, "What do you think of yourself? Mother who has created this universe is being created by you?" Nalinikanta was no more afraid of him, but thought it was wise to wait for Bamakhepa temper to cool off. Bamakhepa got up in anger, entered the temple of Mother Tara and closed the door from inside with a thud. Nalinikanta calmly waited the whole night without food or water. The voice of Bamakhepa could be heard, though not clearly. Sometimes the sound of his laughing could be heard, and other time he was rebuking mother. At dawn, he came out of the temple and found Nalinikanta sitting where he had left him. Nalinikanta found him in a different mood. He came near and smiled at him. He told him, I asked mother about you and your problem. You are correct. She has the great desire which will be fulfilled by you in future. I cannot answer your question. In order to solve your problem, you have to learn from a Vedantic Jnani Guru. I have done whatever was possible by me. Now you start searching Jnani Guru who will quench your thirst for knowledge. Nalinikanta paid his respect to his Guru and left for Kumira in the morning. Anybody?
Just one sec. So we just finished the Tantra part. So before going to the Jnana part, I am asking Bhakti Manjari to just take a pause and we'll take 2-3 questions. Jnana Bhai Jayaguru, welcome to this Nigam Swadhyay group. So basically, 2 questions. What is Brahma Jnana and what is difference between Brahma Jnana and Atma Jnana? Is both are same?
Actually, there is not much of a difference between Brahma Jnana and Atma Jnana. So Brahma is experienced in 3 forms: Brahma, Atma, and Bhagavan. Brahma, as a Brahma state, is pervaded everywhere in this universe and outside of the universe. Whereas Atma, when Atma is felt within a body, it's called Atma. So all of us are same Atma. If you follow Bhaktivada, they will say we are a little part of Brahma. No. Advaita Vedanta will say Atma and Brahma, there is no difference. Thakur has accepted that because Thakur, basically, his guru is a Advaita Brahmagyani. And Bhagavan, or the all-powerful God, is the other form. So, Brahmagyana and Atmagyana is essentially realizing the knowledge of that particular object, which is, again, Brahma cannot be object also. You'll violate a lot of different rules of Advaita Vedanta. But primarily, I think Kunabai answered that question in the window here. Knowing about Brahma is generally believed as Brahma Jnana. Knowing about Atma is generally believed as Atma Jnana. Atma and Brahma are the same. So Atma Jnana and Brahma Jnana are the same. However, you cannot know about them because Brahma is not an object. So when you get to that pinnacle of Jnana Marga, which we'll start reading, essentially you realize that you are Brahma, not you know Brahma. You cannot know Brahma by definition. So you become Brahma. That's what the ultimate goal of Advaita Vedanta and the Jnana Marga, which we'll start reading.
Thank you, Bhai. So I hope it's clear to all of you. What Jnana Bhai told is basically Brahma Satya Jagat Mithya Brahma Jiva Brahmaiva Na Para. So in that context, if Jiva is Brahma, so Atma Jnana means knowing yourself is also knowing the Brahma. But on the other word, we can say also like this: knowing about Brahma is Brahma Jnana, knowing about Atma is Atma Jnana. Atma and Brahma are also correlated. So ultimate truth is one. But to realize the truth, there are different ways, different channels, different paths to get to know those things. So things will be clarified as long as we will keep reading not only this book, many other books. But Swadhyay means doing adhyan of yourself. So whatever we are doing is also part of acquiring Brahma Jnana and acquiring Atma Jnana also. So this is how we can get to conclude here. Now I am again requesting Bhakti Manjari of Kendra Sevak Sangha. Please start reading from wherever you left. Thank you.
Jayaguru, continuing from where we left. Anybody who ever reaches the elevated state like that of Nalinikanta would have not desired to go any farther. He could have acquired fame and money like a king because of his achievement. But Nalinikanta was not satisfied, as destiny was calling him and gesturing him to move forward. Nalinikanta became mad to acquire knowledge and to know the reality. He submitted his resignation from service and arrived at Kutabpur. He had already taken the decision to leave his home and family life. He did not disclose it to anyone because he knew his old father cannot bear the separation. But Nalinikanta was firm on his resolve to leave household life forever. One fine morning, Nalinikanta left his house and did not say anybody where he was going except his childhood close friend Jotu Podor. He requested him not to disclose it for some hours and left Kutabpur. Bama Khepa, while advising him to seek shelter under Gyani Guru, had said, do not worry, I bless you to meet your Gyani Guru soon. You should proceed to Vindhyagiri and after crossing it, you will meet your Gyani Guru. So Nalinikanta, without losing any time, proceeded in that direction. He had very little money, which was exhausted after few days of travel. He had to walk long distances. Many a times he had to walk without food. Even sometimes he did not get food for 2 to 3 days. Whenever sleep overcomes him out of fatigue, he would sleep under a tree on bare earth. His beautiful curled hair got matted without oil and not being combed for several days. People and passerbys thought him a madman and behaved accordingly, but he did not care. He forgot about his family and forgot that he is an educated person. Only one thing remained in his mind, that was Gyani Guru's darshan. On the way, he met many types of monks, but no one could satisfy him. He met a sadhu who was famous for not taking any food. One night, he saw the sadhu taking food in secret. Next morning, he left him. Many monks showed their magical powers, but he left them, for he had not left the comfort of his house to learn magic. He started in the direction of Kashi. One morning, when he woke up, it seemed to him that the entire world is made of gold. Day and night did not make any difference to him. Everything seemed golden. From a distance, he saw Kashi in golden color. At Kashi, he met a sadhu, and when as respect he touched his feet, the golden color vanished. He was in a way became relieved. At Kashi, he could not find a suitable saint who would be his guru. He left Kashi and started towards Ajmer of Rajasthan, the land of valor. His health was in a poor state when he reached Ajmer. He did not know that within a month or two he had travelled 2000 kilometers stretching from Kutabpur of undivided Bengal to Rajasthan. He remembered one of his friends who was living in Ajmer. He went there, but his friend failed to recognize him. Nalinikanta had to identify himself. His friend was astonished to find Nalinikanta in such a state, whom he remembered as educated gentleman dressed meticulously. He invited him to stay with him. When they entered his friend's house, he mildly rebuked Nalinikanta, saying, I can't imagine you being a Bengali could be so unclean. Is it badly required to wear such dirty soiled dress for one's spiritual advancement? Nalinikanta decided not to answer, as it would be impossible for his friend to comprehend of what he is going through. After being settled down at his friend's house, Nalinikanta did not become a relaxed person, which is expected of a person who has travelled such a long distance with all the hazards and all the troubles he had gone through. He thought that Guru Bama Khepa had said that, with my blessings, you will soon meet your Gyani Guru. Then where is he? Entire day he used to travel here and there in search of his Guru. He wondered, is there no one who could provide a direction to where his Guru is? the ways of destiny is very much different than what one conceives or desires. Nalinikanta had no means to know that help is on its way and would be received from a very close quarter. Also, he did not know that Guru Bamakhepa's words were true to the last letter. Nalinikanta told his friend that he had already enjoyed his hospitality for 3 to 4 days, hence he must leave and resume his search elsewhere. His friend requested him to stay for one more day, informing him that there is going to be a big congregation of devotees in which a prominent saint is going to give discourse on spiritual subject which they should attend together. Nalinikanta did not have faith on saints, those who give discourse to huge gatherings at towns and cities. He thought that Bamakhepa never goes anywhere and lives in a remote corner of Bengal, but he is truly a great saint. However, he could not say no to his friend and agreed to delay his departure from Ajmer for another day. Unwillingly, Nalinikanta reached the meeting place with his friend. A gathering of 10,000 people were listening in rapt attention to the speaker, who was seated on the dais. Nalinikanta went closer to dais to have a good look at the speaker. What he saw made his blood circulation rush to his brain. The speaker was the same saint who had offered him the mantra on bay leaf in his dream. He ran to the dais like mad person shouting, "I have got him!" He mounted the dais and fell unconscious. When he opened his eyes, he saw a group of monks are attending him. He rose and paid his respect to the saint, who asked him rudely, "What do you want?" Nalinikanta thought that the saint is not like Bamakhepa, but keeping his thought to himself, said, "Please accept me as a disciple and bestow monkhood on me." The saint said, "No, never. I don't accept Bengalis as my disciple. They are fish eaters and fond of luxurious life. Bengalis can not become sannyasis." Nalinikanta urged him to accept him as a disciple and said, "You have appeared in my dream and given me the mantra. I have left my house in search of you. Please do not disappoint me." The saint still did not agree and left the place in a hurry. Nalinikanta followed him. He had decided not to leave him, let it come what it may. The name of the saint was Swami Sachidananda Saraswati, and he was the chief of Pushkar Mutt. Though there was very bit of similarity between him and the saint who had given him the bay leaf, Sachidananda seemed a little different. He was tall and of blackish brown color. For Nalinikanta, it was difficult to tolerate his rude behavior. But did he have any choice? He thought he was destined to be his disciple. How can he turn him back? He reached Pushkar with the group of monks, expecting every month that he would be thrown out of the mutt. But surprisingly, Sachidanand did not object to his staying at Pushkar Mutt. Nalinikanta sighed in relief. At Mutt, he was ordered to do menial labor which he had never done before. Nalinikanta went on performing whatever task was thrust on him. At first, he was asked to cut firewoods. Blisters came up on his hand and blood started oozing out, but he continued his work. Then he was taken off that job and was asked to cut grasses for the horses. He went to the grass field with a shackle and was horrified to find leeches there. From his childhood, he was mortally afraid of leeches. He cut grasses, gathered it and brought it to Mutt, but was very alert not to touch a leech. For him, cutting grass was like visiting hell. One day he thought that he is not going to die because of leeches. Why then he is afraid of those? In order to settle the issue, he got hold of few leeches and put them on his body. Astonishingly, his fear vanished. Next day, he was ordered by Swami Sachidananda to cook food. He did not have any experience in cooking, and moreover, he had to bring water for cooking from quite a distance. Yet, he worked hard. He was provided with the usual food of mud, thick chapatis, and curd with chili. He had never seen anyone taking such poor type of food. At first, he could not eat, but out of hunger, he started taking it, and after few days got used to it. In spite of the hazardous life, Nalinikanta felt growing sense of respect and love for his guru Sachidananda. He would look at him for hours, but secretly. One day he was looking at him and forgot the cooking pot placed on fire. The food got burned up and the smell brought Sachidananda to kitchen. He thundered at him. Nalinikanta did not say a word, but thought that only if he could know why it got burned up. Once he was given the task to stay guard of Dhuni, the sacred fire. He was specifically told by Sachidananda to take care so that the fire must not be tossed by his feet. But it so happened that without his knowledge, his feet touched a firewood of that Dhuni. Sachidananda rebuked him with unbearable words using names of his mother and sister. Nalinikanta thought, let it be the end. Why his mother is to be insulted for no fault of her? After all, Sachidananda is a saint, and do saints behave like inhuman? He decided to leave the mutt on that day. One of the senior disciples, Brahmananda, came to know about the incidents. He took Nalinikanta to a lonely place and explained the reason behind such rude behavior of Guru Sachidananda. He told him, "Oh brother, Guru Deva is one of the prominent saints of India. He wants to test your capacity of tolerance. The path of spiritualism is not the bed of roses. Rather, it is a very difficult path to walk upon. He, without your knowledge, is conditioning you for the future sadhana." Nalinikanta told him, "But what wrong my mother has done? Why should he speak like that?" His friend Brahmananda smiled and reminded him, "You have left the household life. If your mind is still attached to your family and you feel sad if someone speaks ill of your mother, then why did you leave your home at all? Oh brother, do not go away. All that you have gone through will be of no value if you leave. Stay few more days and I am sure you will find out how soft our Gurudev's heart is." Nalinikanta reluctantly stayed on. But
Thank you. Thank you. So we will close the reading here for today. Thank you, Bhakti Manjari, for excellent reading, and everybody could understand there is no more questions today. That might be the reason you read very well. So whatever questions are there, let me put one by one. We have got today again Gyana Bhai from America Saraswat Sangha. So first question is, what is Pushkar Mutt? Gyana Bhai, please.
Pushkar is a place in Rajasthan. It still exists. It's on a top of a hill where Swami Satyananda had his mutt. Today, there is no mutt exist in that place. People have gone and found it. But at that time, he lived there. All his disciples lived there.
So one character about Swami Sachidanand is that he used to build mutt at different place of this country, and then after some years he used to leave that place. So that is why we are not able to find Pushkar Mutt of Sachidanand Swami nowadays. But Pushkar is a tirtha where Lord Brahma is getting worshipped only place in India where Lord Brahma is getting worshipped is Pushkar. Then the second question is, who is Swami Sachidanand?
Swami Sachidananda is Thakura's Gyani Guru, and he is from Maharashtra. Maharashtra, born to a Maharashtrian Brahmin family. He joined British colonial army, and he was working there when he got attracted by a saint living in a hillside. He used to put a light middle of the night. He would wake up and see, and every day you'll see that, and just being curious went there, and that Siddha Mahapurush told him that he's destined to be a spiritual guru, and initiated him into Sankarpanthi Sannyasa, and he became Paramhansa through his Jnana Sadhana. He mostly studied the Jnana Marga, which is also very natural to people from that part of the world. So if you come to Odisha and Bengal, Bhakti is more home to us. Gauranga Deva being born here, and Jagannath Puja principle is also based on Bhakti Dharma. But Maharashtrians are more Jnanamargi. So he's a Jnanamargi sadhu, part of Sringeri Matha, Saraswati Sampradaya, and Thakura's Gyani Guru.
Okay. So, Gyana Bhai, is Kuthmilal Singh is Swami Sachidanand or Swami Sumerdas ji?
Kuthmilal Singh is Swami, he is Sumerudas ji.
Yes.
Kuthmilal Singh was a courtier in Ranjit Singh's court or his kingdom. Way back, and then when Ranjit Singh died, his son Dilip Singh became the king. Britishers defeated him and took over their land, which was extended up all the way up to Afghanistan, from Punjab all the way to Afghanistan. They took over that, and then they basically banished Dilip Singh to London. So Kuthmilal Singh went with him as his courtier, and then got disgusted with Western culture and left, and took a very long route through Europe and Russia down to India, Tibet. And in Tibet, a sadhu got hold of him and taught him yoga and all that. So he became Thakura's yoga guru, and Thakura called him Sumerudas ji. He also founded Theosophical Society, and if you look at Theosophical Society websites today, they call him Kuthmilal Singh or Kutham.
Yes.
And there are a few other variations of that name also. They accept him as their preceptor, and who actually got them through that.
Yes.
We'll come to read about him a little bit later.
Yes. Now, Guru Gaurav from Jagannathpur Sakha Sangha is asking, why at the first Swami Sachidanand didn't accept Nalinikanta as his disciple?
That is to test his dedication, because Jnana Marga is not an easy thing to do. He wanted to make absolutely sure this Thakura is up to it. So for first, meet they had, when they met first time, first couple of months, he was very rude to Thakura. And then next reading tomorrow, that is tomorrow. Always, I was thinking maybe today is Friday. You'll start reading how he becomes nice to him. But initially he was very rude. Number one, he wanted to see whether he's dedicated to this type of life. Number two, for us to realize that we are Brahma, we need to really kill this concept that I am this body. So if you want to kill the concept of I am this body, you leave out all your relationships. So he would scold him about really bad words. His mother is this and that, his sister is this and that kind of stuff. Why he did that? He did that to make sure Thakura has no attachment to any of his relatives. That's where we are more attached. We are very attached to our parents, as you guys are young. And then once you have kids, you will get very attached to your kids. And then if they have kids, like I do now, you get very attached to them. right? So the part of the rudeness that Satchidananda had is to take those attachment away. If you don't take those attachment away, then you don't realize that you are actually Atma, you are not this body.
Yes, Bhai. Another incident I would like to remind everybody, when Nalini Kanta told, I got my Guru, and ran up to the pandal where Swami Sachidananda was delivering his speech, and he got senseless. So when he, get back his sense, he was at the ashram at Pushkar of Swami Sachidananda. Now please recall, if Sachidananda would not have accepted him, why he took him to his ashram? So what Gyanabhai clearly told, these all are the examinations or the tests to ensure that this child who has come and who's telling that I was his guru, I was the person who gave him mantra and everything, is in right path or not, can sustain this kathor sadhana or not. So this is how it is. So I hope it's clear now. Now Vaishnavi from, Anand from Pune is asking who is Brahmananda. I have already answered in the chat. He is the Guru Bhai of Thakurjee at the ashram of Swami Sachidananda. Then
and he actually took over that ashram once.
Yes.
Sachidananda wanted Thakur to be his successor guru and take over the ashram. Thakur said, no, I have to learn Hindustani and talk in Hindi. I don't want to do that. I would rather be guru in this part, eastern part, Bengal, Odisha, Assam. So he agreed, and then Thakur actually asked Guru Sachidananda to go back and make Brahmananda the guru there, and he did that.
Okay, now Ramesh Lenka Bhai is asking, after Tantra Sadhana, whenever and whatever Thakurji need anything, may Ma provide or support, then why Thakurji did Jnana Sadhana? Can Ma Jagat Janani has no power to provide Jnana, or she is not authorized to do so?
Actually, we can't say she is not capable of anything. We cannot say that. However, this particular way of knowing it, the Jnana Marga, is something that everybody has to go through a sadhana. You can't just get blessed and get it. That's point number one. Point number two, Thakura never had this thing in his mind to ask Mother Goddess, impart this knowledge. Just bless me, I'll have knowledge. Thakura never asked, because it never came from his heart. And one thing you can say, this was a design by Universal Mother, or Mother Goddess, to have Thakura go through the process so that he learns everything on the way. There are two types of siddhas in this, if you generally categorize them. One is by grace of their guru, other is they actually do hard sadhana. The people who get everything by grace of their guru, you can't say they are not siddha, but for them to guide another person to that siddhi is not that easily done, because they haven't experienced the path. They don't know everything, good or bad, on the way, which Thakura Ma's design was for Thakura to know that and learn that. So she did that. And in order to get Thakura even asked that question, who am I? Ma actually played a really good trick on him by coming out of him and merging into him all the time, like we read today. Every time, actually, Thakura towards end, when Thakura would touch her, and she would merge with him. Thakura even one time, I've read somewhere, threw a little pillow at him, and then pillow went through her body. So then he's wondering, who is she? She came out of me, she went into me, and I can't touch her. As soon as I touch her, she goes into me. So who am I? So that is the first inquiry in Jnana Marga. Who am I? And the answer is, I'm not this body, I'm not this I, I'm not this mind, I am Atma, or I am Atma is Brahma, I am Brahma. So that path is very difficult, and you have to go through and endure all this knowledge. Saying that is very easy, but to always achieve that, always think that you are Brahma is very, very difficult, and that path he needed to go through, and he spent like a year and a half in that ashram to acquire that knowledge.
So, Bhai, when Ma told him, go and spread Brahma Jnana, can we say like Thakurji already got Brahma Jnana after meeting Ma?
We can't say that. Once you know you are Brahma, you don't need to go through all these penance. Thakur did not have to go through Jnani Guru and Yogi Guru to attain that. As soon as he got the Nirvikalpa Samadhi, he attained the Brahma Jnana. He knew he is Brahma. And he always knew that from that point on and till today. He knows he is Brahma.
Ma, if you go through Mayer Krupa, which is the conversation between Thakurjee and Ma that point in time, so you will find everything is there what Ma explained to Thakura. But as we all know, Thakur is being guided by Ma in different forms, in different times to ensure Thakurjee is achieving what he is today. So at any given point in time, there is a new direction is being given to Thakurjee to find the next way out. Like Bhamakshepa told, whatever had been happened is happened here. Now you go and search for Jnani Guru. By blessing of Ma and me, you will get Jnani Guru at the earliest possible. Before that, Ma told, go and spread Brahma Jnana. So now what is Brahma Jnana? So there will be a quest of Thakurjee to acquire Brahma Jnana so that he can spread Brahma Jnana. So this is how the scenario is getting created so that Thakurjee will achieve one after another as per the schedule of the Mahashakti or Mother of the Universe.
Bhai, if you are talking about Maya Krupa, so that is when Ma, appeared before him, right? That time only she explained everything to Thakura.
Yes, yes.
So after reading Maya Krupa, we can say like that is the Brahma Jnana itself.
Yes, yes.
Ma, let me be very clear. We read Maya Krupa. I have read it. I could not understand first time I read it, to be honest. I have to read it with other Bhais and Mahas doing Swadhyaya, like Kunabhai was saying earlier. I have to read it like 5 times, I think, to kind of get what it is saying. I still, one point, did not realize that Ma, who was imparting that knowledge to Thakura, is actually Saguna Brahma. Because if you read through the description of everything Ma gives, they point to Nirguna Brahma. So I had a discussion with Pramod Bhai, saying that I think Ma at that point was Brahma herself. And Pramod Bhai says, no, I don't know why I'm saying no, but no, it's not. I found the answer 5th or 6th time I started reading it. If you read the preface where Chidananda Maharaj writes the preface, and Chidananda Maharaj is supposedly the writer of that whole book, even though we know Thakur actually told him what to write. He could not have known any of that. So in the preface, he clearly says, Ma is Saguna Brahma. So my point of bringing that up is this. We can read it, but to completely establish yourself with that knowledge, you need that Jnana Sadhana. Just reading doesn't do it. Like you might have heard this thing, Sua example, like a parrot. You teach parrot to say Rama, 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 right? As soon as a parrot sees a cat coming at him, then he makes that type sound because he knows he's going to get killed. Rama is gone, right? Our state is like that. We can read everything. Somebody say, hey, I am Sabhapati here, Thakura's representative. I'm telling you, you are Brahma. It's not going to sit with us. You need to go through that whole process. Even if I would argue, Thakura going through 1.5 years with Sachidananda Maharaj did not achieve that. That's why Sachidananda Maharaj said it takes long time. You go find a Yogi Guru. So when Thakura found a Yogi Guru, another 1.5 years, he achieved Nirvikalpa Samadhi, and that's when he completely established himself in Brahma. And he knew he's Brahma. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's
Understood, yeah. Not easy, man.
And also, And
This
We
also
become that parrot. As soon as we see a cat, we forget about Ramanama and we start making weird noises.
And also, by I also heard from somewhere or read from somewhere, I don't recall, but the narration is like this: when Thakurjee has been questioned in other times, Ma told you everything. Why didn't you, got the clarity on that, and why did you cross Jnana Sadhana and Yoga Sadhana and all these things? So he answered, Universal Mother was, giving me all those knowledges as Sudhanshu Wala. So I could not ask my wife about my doubts. So that kind of scenario also somewhere I read, if I am not
Yes, you are right. It's actually later on his guru asked him, "Why didn't you tell me about your tantra sadhana?" It never came up. And why didn't you ask him to answer? I mean, there are multiple people have asked. You may be referring to another conversation. Even he had that conversation with his guru. Then guru says, if you told me that you perfected tantra sadhana, then I didn't have to take you through this difficult process. I would have connected you with that knowledge very quickly. And then Thakura says, well, it never came up. Very, very innocently says, it never came up.
Yeah.
So he has to go through all this pain.
So the next question is from Riddhi from Karnataka. Was the Bija Mantra actually given by Sachidanand or someone else?
The answer to that is I have never read Thakura saying that Sachidananda himself came and gave. The answer to that, I think you had a question yesterday about that. I believe the answer is the same, which is we talked about this. There are these Siddha Mahapurusa living in different world, and they come and help you. When they come and help you, they come in sometimes in form of your guru. And then this Siddha Mahapurusa came to Thakura and gave a tantra mantra, looking like Sachidananda. But he may not be Sachidananda. Other thing we also know, Sachidananda also never did tantra sadhana. So for him to know a very esoteric mantra, it is Tara's Bija mantra, but Tara has multiple those such mantra. This is a mantra called string Bija, which Bhamakhepa did not have. Bhamakhepa worshipped Tara as a mother, whereas Thakura worshipped Tara as his wife. String Bija is what it is called. And it is very rare. Bhamakhepa told that to him also. It is extremely rare. So you are very fortunate that you got that mantra. So if you colloquially kind of go through that, Sachidananda probably did not know that much tantra to do that. But these Siddha Mahapurusa who actually come and help you, if you are a true seeker, they take these forms. And then...
Yeah, no doubt Sachidanand Swami was not knowing the way Thakurjee was not knowing being help given to Ma Sailabala. And when Sailabala narrated the entire story, then Thakurjee realized. So sometimes the Guru Shakti did all these things. And the only clarification which Thakurjee had given in this his life story is when he saw Swami Sachidanand giving this speech, I got my guru by shouting this, he went up to the pandal. So that's the only clarification being given by Thakurjee. But as Sachidanand Swami was not knowing, maybe the Guru Shakti in form of him might have been given the mantra. But the second time when the other person directed him to go to Bhamakhepa, that was a old Brahmin. This is what is being written in the book. So we should accept that as the fact. Now, Kamal Sahu. Yeah.
Just to add here, and the same question is there in Katha Sangra. I mean, some of Thakur's disciples asked this question, and it is the same answer as you and Gyanabhai told.
Yeah. So Kamal Sahu Bhai is clarifying. Gyani says Brahma, Yogi says Atma, and Bhakta says Bhagavan. Yes, Gyanabhai has already told it during his explanation. Then Priyambada Hota, Swami Sachidanand was also one soldier under Lord Alexander's force. Yes, that's why he was so rude to anybody and everybody. Manas Ranjan Sharma Bhai is asking, who is Jadu Podar? I think he's his friend, and that's why he was very close friend of Thakurjee, isn't Gyana Bhai?
Yes, his friend and classmate, I think.
Classmate, yes. So he shares everything to him. Yeah, where he is living in Kutapur only. Devashish Mohanty Bhai Jayaguru Ma said, "You found me with the blessing of your Guru. So there will not be any bandhana. I will be living with you always." Then why was not willing to get her touched? Devashish Mohanty again is writing what is the okay. So that's a different thing. So Gyana Bhai, why Thakurjee was not able to touch Ma?
I will point to something we already discussed in a couple of classes back. Is Ma took the charge back in Brahmanandagiri days that I'm going to take care of him. So now it's like we are told any difficulty we have to go and tell Thakura at his asana, Grahasana. Why? Thakura knows everything. Thakura can do all good to us. Why are we facing difficulties and then we have to go and tell Thakura that I am in a difficult problem, do what is best for me, right? Why do we do that? Because that is a process of us telling him what is going on before he acts on it. So in this case, if Thakura doesn't ask Ma to do something, Ma won't do it. If Thakura within himself, or in this case, Thakura hasn't become Thakura then, it's Nalnikanta. If Nalnikanta doesn't get the inspiration within himself to ask the question, who am I? He's not going to Jnana Sadhana. If Ma pushes him to Jnana Sadhana, he would probably quit in the middle and just go away because it's difficult. That's a normal jiva behavior, that's normal human being behavior, right? So that's why he needs to get that within him. So why why Ma did not let Nalnikanta touch her is because Ma wanted Thakura to get to that question, who am I? So you touch her, she goes into you. You think of her, she comes out of you. So that particular experience, just think about it, that got Thakura into this question, who am I? So once he got that question, who am I, then this whole path of Jnana Sadhana opened up for him.
And also, had Thakur being able to touch Ma, he would not have gone further. As simple as that.
Exactly. Why would you do? I mean, you are fine.
So how can't Rama could not save Sita from Ravana? Then how Ramayana will happen anyway? So there are many theories to it. So Devashish Bhai is very intelligent Bhai, so he will understand. Now his other question is, what is Avadhuta Sannyasi? Does it not come under Sankarpanthi Sannyasi?
No. Avadhuta Sannyasi is mostly, Tantric Sannyasis are called Avadhuta Sannyasi. Sankarpanthi Sannyasi have a lot of restrictions. Those restrictions are only Brahmin male can be a brahmachari and get sannyasa. That is the biggest restriction that Sankarpanthi has. So it is difficult to give you a Sankarpanthi sannyasa to people who are not in that particular narrow frame. So Avadhuta sannyasi anybody can be. Bhamakhepa happened to be a Brahmin male, but he took a path of tantra and he never went under any Sankarpanthi Dasanama sannyasi group. That's why he's Avadhuta sannyasi. And he said, I'm Avadhuta, I don't know this Jnana Marga, you have to go find somebody.
Okay, thank you. So
Yeah, one question here. So I think when Thakurjee gave sannyasi to Yogamaya Devi, he said, I am giving you Avadhuta sannyasi, right?
Correct.
So,
Because Thakura always follows the rules and regulations. Because if he doesn't do it, like the Gita Soka says, Jadatarati Tata Devatarajana Sajat Pramana Krute Lokastadana Vartate. If they don't become examples, then others won't follow them. That's why Sri Krishna went to Sandipani and learned whatever, he knew everything. So Thakura also never violates that. So here, Sankarpanthi cannot give sannyasa to a female, and that to a female who is not even Brahmin. Thakura did that, and Thakura followed the Avadhuta part of sannyasa, which he was very capable of. And not only her, subsequent sannyasas that Thakura has given most of his sannyasi sishyas are not Brahmin. So he actually gave them Avadhuta style sannyasa also. The proof of that is, please read the trust deed. So if you look at the trust deed, he would mention names of people like Chidananda Swami as Chidananda Swami, whereas if he names Pragyananda, then he'll say Pragyananda Saraswati. Then he will say Chidananda Swami, Atmananda Swami, then Siddhananda wasn't Siddhananda then. And there's a couple of other sannyasis at that time, he would mention Swami. And there are only 2 of them in that 7-member or 5-member who are Brahmin, so he would call them as Saraswati. It's just a process he followed. He never assumed that there is any difference between Swarupananda Maharaj or Pragyananda Maharaj or Sudhananda Maharaj or Bodhananda Maharaj. He never had any differences between them. He told all of them to worship actually Jogamaya Devi, because Jogamaya Devi was, mother kind of lived in her for 12 years, and they would do arati and all that. All these sannyasis do arati. So Thakur never assumed that there's any difference between them, but following the Lokachara, he would say this is Avadhuta sannyasi versus Sankarpanti sannyasi.
Thank you,
There
Bhai.
was no Saraswati name after Jogamaya Ma's name.
No, they used the Saraswati name. But if you look at a legal document, Jogamaya Ma's name is there in that document. You would not see Jogamaya Saraswati there.
Okay.
Now, Riddhi from Karnataka is asking, so these Siddha people are just souls or what?
So,
Like those
I guess-
Rishi Sangha people, yes.
yeah. They're Rusi Sangha people, mostly Rusi Sangha people. They're Siddha Mahapurusa. I believe what she is saying, soul means they are not in physical form. No, they could be in physical form.
Yes.
Like Sumir Das ji was in physical form then. He could still be in physical form today, but he had the capability to, take his physical form, completely vanish, and then go to another place and take a physical form. He did that with many of these other things. Like Theosophical Society, Madame Blavatsky was going back to London on a ship, and he showed up. He just showed up. And I have read a couple of other places outside of our world where somebody like that did this kind of thing.
So Devashish Mahanti Bhai is also complimenting Sachidananda was the soldier under Lord Auckland's team. And also complimenting, thank you Gyana Bhai for nice explanation. So
No compliments needed here.
yes. Okay, but he is happy to give. So we are concluding the session of today, requesting again Priyambada Ma and Devashish Bhai to put up the questions here for everybody to start answering. We are a little bit late, but please be quick. So we'll take another 2 minutes for all of you to get the questions, and we'll close at 10:05.
Lipun bhai, maybe you can share the QR code in WhatsApp after the session.
Yes. So thank you for all in joining this Nigam Swadhyay group today. By praying Thakurjee, we are concluding the sessions of today. Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, and looking forward to see all of you tomorrow.
Jai.
Jai Guru.